Hola amigas y amigos y bienvenidos a mi casita. Saludos desde la vaca también. Aquí estamos en esta lección hablando de los números 1 hasta 20. So that's right, my friends. In this lesson, we're going to be learning about the numbers 1 to 20 in Spanish. Now, I imagine that this being Spanish 2, many of you already know these numbers 1 to 20. So what we're going to do, at the same time we are learning these numbers, we are going to focus on pronouncing them really, really well. This would be an opportunity for us to work with our numbers, as well as review some of the pronunciation things that we've been learning over the past week or two. So, let's dive right in. All right, so first of all, the number 1 in Spanish is indeed uno. This is not said uno, uno. Notice the difference between my gringo pronunciation, uno, and my authentic sounding pronunciation, uno. The difference is those vowels are very pure in Spanish, as we talked about before. All right? It's not u, and it's not o, it is o, uno. Have a closer look. Uno. This next one, straightforward, is dos. Please do not say dos, all right? Pure vowels, dos. Dos. Number 3 in Spanish is tres. Now this one, I have a little tip to offer you. This TR combination represents kind of a challenge because the R in Spanish, remember, is a bounced R. So this is not trace with a R sound in it. It is a bounced R with that da, right? So in order to be able to pronounce this, I recommend that you start out biting the tip of your tongue to make your T sound. Normally, to make a T, you would just tap the back of your teeth with the tip of your tongue. But for this, since that tongue is going to have to flap back from the teeth over that little ridge we talked about, the alveolar ridge, you're going to go ahead and need to get your tongue put in place to pronounce this R that follows it immediately afterward. So instead of tres, bite the tip of your tongue and then make the R sound. Tres, tres, tres. Now, let's look at number 4. This is going to have that same TR combo, so I encourage you to make the T by biting your tongue again. So instead of saying cuatro, all right, let's make our vowels pure and make our R a nice bounced R. To do that, remember, the T in front of it, bite your tongue. So instead of quat, say cuatro, cuatro. Bite the tip of your tongue will allow you to make that R afterward. Have a closer look. Cuatro. 5 in Spanish, cinco, not cinco, cinco, pure vowels. Cinco. What do you call 4 Latinos in quicksand?
Cuatro, cinco.
6 in Spanish is seis. Now we have an E and an I combination here. So it starts out with e, as in egg, right? And then the I says E, as in deli, right? So we have this followed by the E, seis. So you blend them together. Seis. 7. Now this one is different from 6 in that the E and the I positions are switched. So in number 6 it was seis, but now the I comes before the E. So it is siete. You start with the E sound and then go to the E. Siete. Siete. 8. Ocho. Make your O's nice and pure and you'll improve the pronunciation on this one massively. It's not ocho, ocho. Pure vowels. Ocho. 9. Remember the V in the middle of a word, actually a V anywhere in Spanish? We want to pronounce it like a B. So instead of nueve, we want to say nueve with our lips. Nueve. Nueve. 10. Here we have an IE combination again in the middle of the word. And remember, we don't buzz this Z, all right? We're not going to say Z at the end. It's just going to be a S, all right? So this word is not diez, but instead diez, diez. We start with the E sound, and go to the E, diez.
Diez.
11, again, focus on keeping pure vowels. Once, once.
Once.
12, doce, doce.
Doce.
13, once again we have that TR combination, which is going to be best to start with biting the tip of our tongue, so it sets us up to make the R sound right after it. Trece, trece.
13.
14, catorce,
14.
15, quince. Remember, QU in Spanish just makes a k sound like a K. Quince.
15.
Now we're going to start seeing a pattern emerge here with 16, 17, 18, and 19. And this pattern is actually going to consist of, well, having the word for 10, then the word and then the number after it, 6 for 16. We'll say 10 and 6 essentially in Spanish. Diez, y, the word for and in Spanish is just a Y, and it's pronounced y. And then the number 6, seis. Okay? But what's going to happen is a slight spelling change. The diez, the Z, is going to turn into a C, and that Y that means and, that's going to turn into an I. And then we're going to smush all of the letters together. So it becomes dieciséis. Also take note, there is an accent mark on this word.
16.
Next, again, we'll see our same pattern of 10 and 7 with the same spelling change, Z to C, and the Y turns to an I, and we'll smush it all into one word. So 17 is diecisiete.
17.
Next, 10 and 8 or 18, dieciocho.
18.
19, or 10 and 9, diecinueve.
19.
And finally, number 20. This word has a V at the beginning, so it's going to make a nice B sound. And then it's got the EI combination that we saw in the letter in the number 6. So EI, AE, AE. All right. So this one is veinte, veinte.
20.
Bueno, amigas y amigos, así acabamos nuestra lección acerca de los números 1 hasta 20. Gracias por su atención y hasta la próxima. Chao.